when I met you, when we first started working, you had the other studio that was in Brooklyn. That was in the style. You know what I'm saying? Across the street from what? Marcy, right?
Marcy Projects.
For sure. When we first had a conversation, you was telling me how, at least, and this ain't about that, but I want to bring that up. When Jay-Z necessarily dropped Reasonable Doubt, he was like, people were still heavy on Big though.
I don't think everybody got Reasonable Doubt like immediately. You know what I mean? So I know as I got older, I could understand some of the lyrics, because you gotta think as a 13, 14-year-old.
It don't resonate at that time.
It don't, man. He'll tell you like the line, "Pop your cherry like a hymen," or whatever. If I remember the line. 13, I didn't know what the hell was going on. So that's why I tell people all the time. Everybody was like, "Yo, I was on Reasonable Doubt in '96." If you younger than me, if you was 10, you wasn't reciting them lyrics, bro. You know what I mean? Throw your rollie in the sky was easier. It was easier to get with, so.
Yo, how did just music in general feel at that time?
I mean, I still feel like that's probably the best time I remember in music. 93, because you gotta remember, you still got Boot Camp Click. You still got a lot of, like, Brooklyn is heavy that time with a lot of different type of hip hop. So I think 93, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you listen to like Tribe Called Quest, you listening to like Leaders of the New School. And then people forget about, like, the Boot Camp Click was heavy, that's where everybody was wearing Army fatigues, 40 Below Timbs. It was just a grimier time in hip hop in general. And this, and then of course Wu-Tang. So music at that time, it was like you had to go find what you liked, which I loved about that time. Like, everybody didn't just listen to like one particular thing. You had much more conscious rap, and then you had like kind of like dirty backpack rap, and then you had, I feel like once Big came, the second version of Big, because after the Give Me the Loot, Rob Big, it was more the fly shit, and that started coming into play, because like I said, it was teetering between that and like the hard shit like DMX was doing. So, but it was different. I still think that that's probably the best time in rap. That going up until the early 2000s is still the best times in hip hop.